So John, got Havant and Waterlooville tomorrow. How are the preparations gone for that game?
The preparations have gone as well as they always go, because when we prepare for games, all the things that we go through, we stay with until we're satisfied that everyone understands what we're trying to do. So from that perspective, it's always goes well. It doesn't always go well when the games come, but it's the preparation itself is spot on, yeah.
So it's Havant and Waterlooville, one of the teams in and around us tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, are you still one of those who just keeps looking at saying, yeah, we've got 11 games, 33 points? Is that how the mentality works?
You have to. This is, to be honest, is a slightly unfamiliar situation for me. I've had it once, but other than that, it is a bit unfamiliar. But I think that what football tells you, I believe, and I've always worked with, is never getting too high with success and too low with failure, because they're imposters, because it can change at, you know, I think, was it 91 minutes the other night, Manchester United were out of the Champions League, and in the 92nd minute they got a penalty, and people are arguing, was it a penalty or wasn't it a penalty? Without VAR it wouldn't have been a penalty and they'd have been out. And everyone's hyping up now what Manchester United are doing, but for a minute or two they could have said, well, they're out, that's it, they're finished. And that's what football's like. And you know, you can never give up on anything. You can never not push everything through to the limit. You know, you have to work and prepare as though you're going to win every game. It's the only way to do it. And as I said, experience, I think, has taught me never to look at a situation and think it's unredeemable. I mean, I can't remember exactly, but you know, there's been a few occasions when we've sort of won the league, and at Christmas it didn't look like it was going to be possible. I think the Luton team, I think we were 10 or 12 points behind Cambridge once, and we went on a 27 game unbeaten run, I think winning about 23 of them. Incredible. And this is what the game of football does to you. And you know, I'm never pessimistic. I think I'm always optimistic. And I always try to get the people that work with me that are the same. Does it always work? Of course it doesn't, but you must never give up hope that it will work.
And in terms of tomorrow, it's a home match, and you know as well as I do, and supporters know, directors know, there's not been a league win since August, and
No,
everyone's saying, why is that? Why could that be? You know, how are you trying to prepare them tomorrow to say, you know, try and get this off our backs and get?
Well, I actually think that, you know, you almost have to, if you like, forget about telling people they've got to win. I think you've got to tell people to go out and enjoy playing football, which, to be fair, is, since we've been here, is what we've actually been saying to people, that, you know, where we are in the league, everyone, I think from day one when I come here, would have said that we were going down. Well, if we are, let's go down showing that we can play a little bit as well, trying to take that little bit of pressure off of people. It's easy said, not easy done, I understand that. And it's no different than that tomorrow. Just say, look, go out, let's play the way we want to play, let's be positive, let's be ambitious, let's try and sort of be entertaining. It's not always easy to entertain, because entertain comes in different forms, but to send people home happy. If you look, you know, TV provides us with so much information now, and you know, when you look at the Man United game, I think the other team had, well, I don't know, 60% possession or something, but they didn't win. Man United won, and that's all people look at. I always think there's two ways of doing it. If you win, people sometimes accept you're not playing the best. If you don't win, they want to have seen you play well. So You know, we've got to give them one or the other. But I know what one I want. I want to win, but I want to win and entertain. But I want to win first. I'm not saying. When I say problems, I don't want to put it as a problem. One of the things that hasn't helped us is the chopping and changing of our team through injury. It's hard to get a consistent base to work with, and that's been to be fair, it's been a problem. But we have to overcome the problem. You know, that's what problems are. Problems are only things you've got to overcome. So hopefully that we can play tomorrow and not have any reaction to anyone that hasn't been fit, and try and keep a settled side for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games.
And in terms of those that have not been in the 16 for injury reasons, is there anyone likely perhaps to be in contention for tomorrow?
Yeah, we're hoping that De Havilland and Swain will be fit, because the last game they played together, which was sort of I think Stockport, up at Stockport, I thought they'd done well. Will come off early, but he started well, and we put Aaron back there with Swaney. But I think from then we've had to change because of injury, change from an injury there, change from injury there, and while you never can use those things as an excuse, I think that when you're trying to show people a different way, it's nice to have a settled group that you can work with week in, week out.
One person won't be in that 16 tomorrow, Jake Robinson, returning to Billericay under Harry Wheeler, who of course brought him here 3 months ago. How do you see that? I mean, obviously you didn't get to spend that much time with him, and his time was interrupted because of the cup tie situation.
I hardly saw him play, to be honest. I know Jake, I know him as a player really, really well. You know what, this journey that I'm on, that you know, it's new now, so this journey that I'm on, the only people I want on this boat are the people that want to be on there, and that's not being detrimental to anyone, because people want to leave clubs or leave their work for different reasons. Jake had reasons that he felt was right for him. I only want people that want to be here, because this is going to be a really testing journey for all of us to make a success longer term and regroup as a club. And when we had the inquiry, I'd spoken to Jake, and football's football, so he was aware. And I had one question: what do you want to do? And once he said that he would like to go, that was fine with me. All I had to do was make sure that we were happy with the financial package that would be involved. And so I said what I felt, and it went backwards and forwards a few times, but you know, we got the sort of deal that we was happy with at the end. I wish Jake no harm at all, because it's his career. He has to do what he thinks is right for him. As a football club, we have to do what's right for us. That all worked out, but you know, it's weird really, but I've always been the same, is that, you know, people don't want to be somewhere. I don't think they should be there. I think it's best that they go. And so you can look at everyone in the face knowing that they're behind the calls, if you like, you know, because they really want to be here. And we've started that process. It's a long process, but we started it with Justin. We then added Jake. So already we're underway for, you know, what we want. They're two younger players. Obviously Justin has been involved at clubs like Barnet and obviously Braintree with Hack, so he's a bit more knowledgeable than Jake. But we look at Jake as a tremendous prospect, we really do. We want some more of those, because we didn't have to sell this to Jake. You know, as soon as we mentioned coming here, he was here. And to be fair, Justin was exactly the same. And I found over the years that, you know, when you talk to people and you give them the information that they're going to need, it's their reaction that tells you whether or not you should sort of, carry on sort of trying to do the deal. I've had lots of players I've spoke to over the years that I want, and once I've spoke to them, I'm not sure I do want. And that's to say, not being detrimental, it's got to be for them, but you know, for young players, I believe I have a history of finding and developing young players, and I say that all the time. If you come here, you'll reach your potential, and if your potential is enough to play in the Premier League, go and play in the Premier League. If it isn't, don't worry about that. Just play to the level that your ability allows you to play. Don't let your attitude be the thing that stops you. So I think that attracting players here, I think we can do. But it's attracting the right players that we want to do, and that's the process that we're sort of on now. Well, it was on from day one, but that's the process we're going through at the moment. All our scouts are really working hard, looking at prospects. Myself and/or Simon, between now and the end of the season, you know, I won't be seeing every game because there are lots of players that we need to try and tie down and watch. So it is a long process.
And finally, as we just take away the first team and look at another aspect of the club, we've got two of our teams are under 13s, are under 14s in Kent FA finals this coming Sunday. A message to them, a bit of support as they go into those games?
You know what? There's nothing like homegrown players for anyone. I was in my car the other day, and there was lots of talks about Declan Rice at West Ham and Mark Noble. Mark's been there as a boy, now as captain of the football club, and I think that Mark, over his career there, has had nothing but 100% support from the supporters. Even maybe if his game wasn't as good as it was, because as they say now, he's one of our own. Declan Rice is, you know, one of our own. When I say our own, I'm a little bit West Hamish. So, and that's what I think people love. Years ago, when I was growing up, if you played for West Ham, you near enough lived in that area. Everyone lived in it, and if you played for Tottenham, you normally lived in North London or Arsenal, North London. As time's gone on, no West Ham players live near West Ham now, and no Tottenham players live that particularly near Tottenham. Players come from all over the world now, all over, and to get a familiarisation with players isn't easy. So when local players, Harry Kane being a case in example, everyone loves him because he's a local boy that's come in and played for their club. And so for all of these boys that are playing in the competitions for this club at the moment are probably local. And people want to see them do well. And they get an extra chance, believe it or not, they do. And people, you know, when you get a chance to succeed or fail, people want you to succeed because they know you're homegrown and this is your local club. And as we get going, I mean, not at the moment, but certainly as we get going on this ride that we're going to go on, you know, I'll be watching lots of these boys, I really will, because I've never been afraid to put 16 and 17 year olds in the first team. At one club, I had an 18-year-old as captain, and he'd only just got in the team, but he had all the qualities of a leader. And as far as I'm concerned, sort of, I detach a little bit. You know, I always say that, you know, the biggest challenge for young players is to go from boy to man. That's the biggest challenge, because of playing youth football and then playing senior football. You've got to become a man. But what I've learned over the years, that age has no relevance to it. I've had 18 and 19-year-old men, and I've had 25 and 26-year-old boys. So I have no fears about putting someone into the team, and nothing would give me more pleasure than to include a young player in the first team squad, regardless of his age, that's come through the ranks here. And I have no problems in, you know, having talked with Hack, saying no, this is what we should be doing now. We should be pushing these people. We've had one train with us this week, and I've already spoken to the youth department saying, any of the ones that you think are the brightest, you've got to push to me, because I can get them in training with me and I have no fears about using them. So good luck to them on Sunday, but good luck to them long term as well, because we do want local people playing for their local club.